Hi guys, my name is Karthik and I am from ExecuteAutomation.com and welcome to another video from ExecuteAutomation, and today we'll be talking about Apple Silicon M1 chip support in Rider. So this is one of the most important news if you are using Rider as your main IDE of choice and you are planning to migrate to Apple Silicon M1 and wanted the support of M1 chip in Rider. So this video is going to help you for that. And Rider has recently introduced this support in the Rider version 2021.3 release, which has this support natively. So if you just go into this particular page, now this time you can actually download the Rider for the Apple Silicon as well, along with the Intel architecture, which is quite cool. So you can download it and you can use it. And actually, I will show you the speed and the performance improvement of the Rider if you are using the emulated version of Rider before in the Apple M1 chipset. So I actually have the Rider EAP version, which is the early access preview version. And I use that a lot because it gives a lot of new feature that you can try out even before the release. And it is quite slower because it uses the Intel architecture. So if I try opening that, you will see that it is going to take enough time for us to even load. And you can see the version is 2022.1, which is about to be releasing. And you can see that it is going to take at least 15 seconds of your time to load that particular splash screen and the welcome screen over here. And if you click or select any one of the project, it is going to take enough time to even load that, because actually this particular EAP version is using, if I just type the Rider here, you will see that the EAP version is actually using the Intel architecture, not the Apple architecture. So that's the reason it is going to take enough time for you, and see that the dependencies and other components of this particular IDE is still loading, and finally it has loaded. It is really slower compared to the Rider if you use in your Windows operating system or the Mac operating system if they are running in the Intel architecture. It is really slower. But if we use the latest version of the Rider, you will see the story is going to be a bit different. So I'm going to show you how it actually going to look like. So I'm going to open the Rider over here, which is the latest version I actually installed. And if I open this, you can see that this is 2021.3, and this is quite faster. It took like 2 seconds or maybe 3 seconds to load up the splash screen, and it is there already. And if I select any one of the project, it is going to be faster as well. And you can see that it has already opened the project for us, and the solution is loaded as well. And it is really faster even for the typing experience if you are thinking so. As for example, if I just type the component repository dot, and you can see that things are going to be faster than compared to the older version which was running on the Intel architecture. And the other thing about the compilation and the build, I could see that the improvement is much higher in the native version of the Rider, because you can see that the build, it is taking much less time to build the whole project. Even if you have like 15 or 20 projects in the same solution, they are running quite faster. At the same time, if you try running one of the application which is developed using the .NET Core or .NET version 6, it is going to be much faster as well. And as you can see that they are working as expected. And the other good thing about the native version of the Rider is it is going to be making our life more easier. You can see that the graphics is much faster as well. And it is really exceeding the speed which is running in my i9 Dell XPS machine that I have got, which is kind of quite newer than this Apple M1 chipset. It is much slower than this particular version of the Apple M1, because this is the first version of the Apple M1 that I bought like 2 years before, and it is really faster than the latest chipset of the Intel. So yeah, this is quite faster, and I think this is going to replace my Dell XPS machine as my daily driver for writing the code in the .NET world. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and tell me about your thoughts of using Rider with Apple M1 using the native version. Thank you.